Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick video showing you how I do my makeup for like going out, maybe a special occasion, nothing too crazy. First you moisturize your nice clean face and I put on a pore filler and that just helps with like any enlarged pores, especially on your cheeks. I always start with my eyebrows using one of the Anastasia products, which happens to be very, very good. I use the Dip Brow Pomade. And for this product, I really like it because a little bit goes a long way. The product lasts really, really long. I start by just creating my general shape and then I clean up using a concealer and an angle brush. The concealer is generally 1 to 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. Um, as you can see, I went about 1 shade, 1.5 shades lighter than my skin tone for that. Once you do both sides, you check for symmetry. I always say eyebrows are sisters, not twins. That is my favorite quote. So don't look for them to be exactly mirror images. One side of your face is always different. In terms of the front part of your eyebrows, take your spool brush and just kind of brush it out so that way you don't have two big blocks in the middle of your head. And then take your concealer and put that in the middle to kind of get rid of the excess product. Here I am using the blender brush just to kind of get rid of all of that concealer, and I'm using my spoolie and my gel to set my eyebrows, just in case you go to the club and you sweat, that will help keep it in place. Now I'm using a base. I will put all the names of the products down below so that way you know what I'm using. I put that on my eyes before I start my face so that way it will set in really nice, and then I blend out the outsides using a beauty blender. I always spray my beauty blenders with Fix It Plus or a little bit of water to help move the product on my face and also stretch the product. As you saw before in the fast forwarded video that I did that, you use a lot less product and it does spread on the face and your eyes and stuff like that a lot easier, especially for the foundations. So I'm just evenly applying it all over my skin, making sure that it's the type of coverage that I want. And now I'm taking the Prep and Prime from MAC, and that's like 3 shades lighter than my skin tone. And I'm going to put that in all the places where I want to highlight. This is a subtle highlight, so because the Prep and Prime highlighter is it's not very opaque, and it's really good for like just a very what I call a light beat. Put it in all the places in which you want to highlight, under the eyes, into your cheeks, the bridge of your nose, the middle of your forehead. Also down your top lip, right underneath your nose, and the middle down your chin. Okay? Then you take your darker color. I use a cream-based foundation, and I go on the outsides, and then that's called contouring. That's when you take the darker color and you kind of surround the lighter color with that, therefore detracting from the other areas and attracting more light to the area in which you highlighted. So you go on the outsides of your nose and the outsides of your face and down your cheeks and under your chin and your jawline area. Any place where you want to bring more light to, obviously, that's where you're going to put your highlight. It's very important that you stay towards your hairline when you do this. Don't forget about that area of your face. You want to make sure it just all blends in. So I always go back a little bit further so that way you make sure when you're blending it out, you don't forget about those areas. Once you're done contouring, take the bottom part of your beauty blender, spray it a little bit, and then you can just take that clean area and blend it all together and just make it look flawless. That's really what you want to do. As you can see, I use a beauty blender for most of my face, and you can use brushes if that works for you. I just realized that the beauty blender does most of the work for you, so you don't have to work as hard to blend. Just a little shortcut, and it does break down my time. I set my highlight with Ben Nye's banana powder. You don't have to do that. You can use a foundation in the lighter color if you have it, or you can use a translucent powder to set everything. Now I'm taking a darker foundation powder and I'm using that to contour again where I previously contoured with the cream foundation. That's going to set the contour and also just make it pop even more. I'm also going to use a little gold deposit Right now I'm setting it with a translucent powder, but you can use, again, your skin tone foundation lightly, or you can use a clear translucent powder or nothing. And then I use gold deposit on the tops of my cheeks and the middle of my forehead where my highlight is. I just really like the way that looks. It gives a little depth to an otherwise flat color when you use a lot of powders. So, and when the light hits it, it looks really nice. Now, this tutorial is not really about the eyes, so I'm just showing you how I do my everyday makeup when I do my eyes. I don't really go crazy. I stick to 2 colors for the most part, maybe 3 for some depth. So I'm using like a plum color on the outside, and I always start with my darker color. And then on the inside, I'm just going to use like a lighter pinkish tone, but amongst the same lines as that plum color. This is just a really basic, everyday kind of look. You can go to the club, you can go right to happy hour with this. When you set your eyes, you don't really have to, unless you rub your eyes a lot or something, you don't have to touch this again. I think I took this video early in the morning, if I'm not mistaken, and it lasted all day, literally until about 9 o'clock that night. It was popping. So if you do it right, you don't have to cake it on. Just use a good primer on your eyes. Now I use a little mascara and I'm putting on my eyelashes, and I'll do a separate tutorial for that. I do believe lashes is extremely important to just kind of make your eyes pop and really bring out the eyeshadow too. If you have long eyelashes and you don't like to wear lashes, more power to you, but I always believe a little drama is always necessary for those eyes. I'm putting a little eyeliner. I use gel eyeliner for the top and a pencil gel eyeliner for the bottom. And again, the products will be listed below. And I'm just kind of getting the little wispies if I can. Now at the end, I'm taking a little blush just to bring some color to my cheeks. And I'm going right up into the temple area. Don't forget that. It's important that you don't go in like circles either. I always say prep your lips as well with Vaseline when you prep your eyes. That way your lips are nice and supple. But I didn't do that, so I had to quickly do that. Put a little lipstick on, a little, and then I set my face with Fix It. That's it. Pat your weave, honey. We're good to go. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys.